What's going on, people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. If you're a Manchester City fan, congratulations to you. You dominated us. You were the better team, and you're a better team than us. So, yeah, congratulations to you. As for Chelsea, I knew I ain't going to win tonight because facing Man City this early, I just knew it were going to be out because Man City are the better side, and they have been ever since we last won a title. They've got really good players, even though Kevin De Bruyne didn't start, Erling Haaland, Phil Foden, all that stuff. They still got really good players. For Chelsea, we don't. Man City have the creativity, especially in the midfield, and we don't. That's the difference between us and them. They're playing good football, but we're not. And that's why you see us losing games and dropping out of the title race and not winning trophies. You can see why. So now we're out of the Carabao Cup. Do I want to win it? Yes. But is it like the biggest achievement? No. But I knew we were out because the way we're playing, I just knew Chelsea were out. And before the season starts, I told every single one of you that Chelsea are not going to finish in the top four and not going to win a trophy. There you go. We're not going to win the Carabao Cup this season. The Champions League against Dortmund, that's going to be a difficult game. I don't know how on earth are we going to beat them. And plus, that game is in February, so yeah, it's about 3 months to go until that time. But for me, do I think we're going to beat Dortmund? No. I'm not going to say that we don't have a chance, but Dortmund are doing well in the Bundesliga while we're playing shit. So the Champions League possibility, no. The FA Cup, it depends, but we could face Man City in the third one yet again. So for me, I don't think we're going to win that. And I hope here that every single one of you fans that call me deluded, I hope you get this right now. Especially if you're a Chelsea fan that call me deluded for saying that, oh, you should be back your team. How can I back this? Yeah, we just lost to Arsenal, the worst performance in the London derby, got thrashed by Brighton. You know, not had a win since that Salzburg game. How can I back this? We had only one win in the last 5 games, and that was against who's at home. Simple. No wins in the last 4 games in the Premier League. And we've got Newcastle next away from home. Do you think I'm going to be confident in that game? No, because Newcastle won their game. No, let me have a look before I say the wrong thing. Let me have a look at Newcastle and see. Yeah, they're Newcastle. They've just it was 0-0 between them and Crystal Palace, but they've won on penalties. So they've won tonight. So that is what I'm saying to you guys. That I have no confidence in this team whatsoever. No confidence. Because they don't give me confidence whatsoever the way they're playing. We're gonna get destroyed by Newcastle. The likes of Almiron, Callum Wilson, Kieran Trippier, who's doing really well as right back. You know, I'm not confident we're going to win that game. No way. If you guys have confidence, give me a reason, and then maybe I'll believe you. But for me, I'm a realist. I'm a proper Chelsea fan. If I see really good performance, I back my team to win every single day of the week. But I've seen bad performances, I cannot back them the way I cannot back this team because we don't have that creativity at all. We don't. And I blame the owners not giving managers time and not giving the manager what he needs. The likes of Tuchel, Lampard, you know. I really hope that Graham Potter goes in on top body and gives the players that he wants. The likes of Rafael Varane, Rafael Leao, Christopher Nkunku, that player from Juventus, which I cannot remember. I really hope Graham Potter does this. And I hope Todd Bowley will listen to Graham Potter, give him time, and give the players that he needs because you can tell that our performance was simply not good enough. The first half, we should have been 2-0, 3-0 up. But like I said before, and I always said this every single time, Chelsea do not do well in the final third. They don't. We don't. We could have been 2-0, 3-0 half up time. Christian Pulisic, he had a really good game, but overall he was terrible. The amount of chances. I think he had like maybe 4 or 5 chances in this game, and he cannot even score. All of them were straight at the goalkeeper. What? Sorry, yeah, four of them was straight at the goalkeeper. One hit the post. Like honestly, man, I don't know why he's still at the club. I think he needs to go because he simply ain't good enough. You know. Who else? Loftus Cheek did all right, but I don't think he was. He did all right on the right hand side, but there was some times where he just kept on losing the ball and all that stuff. So I think he was an average. It was an average game for him. I'm not saying it was that poor, but it was an average game. I thought Dennis Okar and Kovacic looked really good in the midfield. I thought Chalobah was better than the Arsenal game because he made some tackles, he made some brilliant passes. Koulibaly um, was okay was good in the first half, but the second half I thought he was looked bad. And I'll explain the goal in just a minute. Who else played? Kukurea was alright, but he still wasn't that great because Alvarez just went past him every single time. So Kukurea was poor. The only player who I thought deserved some praise in that first half was Julius Hole, And I think for me, yeah, he should start the game against Newcastle. He should be picked as Chelsea's first team because you can see that performance. And I've read the stat. Possession one, 100% first. Pass accuracy 100% first. Chances created first. Everything was first, and I thought he was a man of the match tonight. I think he looked absolutely sensational. Going past players, the pass accuracy, especially to Hakim Ziyech in the first half was brilliant. He had chances too, and both of them straight at the goalkeeper. So I thought he was so unlucky not to score two of them. But for me, he was my man of the match in both the first half and the second half, you know? And I think for me, yeah, if you want to put that 3-4-3 formation, put Kukurea as the left center, I probably put Koulibaly as the left centre back because Kukurea cannot play well in that position, and put Lewis Hall as left wing back. Excuse me, because since we haven't got Ben Chilwell, since he got injured, let's put them in that position. You know what I mean? So I think for me, the game against Newcastle, you should definitely start as a left wing back and put Koulibaly as the left centre back. That's basically it. That's basically it. Because he was a man of the match, he was sensational, and he looked like the only player who can only turn up in big teams. Only player. Maybe Jorginho and Thiago Silva too, but Lewis Hall just done with Manchester City. Like I said, he was so unlucky not to score two goals, but for me, he was my man of the match. Man of the match. So yeah, that was the first half. Of course, Man City had chances as well. I thought Mendy distribution wasn't that great, but he made some big save to deny the likes of Jack Grealish, Gundogan, Alvarez, that's basically it. So I thought he dealt with that very well, but his distribution should be distribution needs to be a bit better because there's some times where he can pass it to Chelsea players, but there's other times he can pass it straight to the opposition. So I think Mendy's distribution could have been a bit better. But he made some good saves in the first half, so that's basically it. So yeah, that's how the first half went. The second half, I would have thought that Graham Potter could have made half-time top substitutions because I would have thought that he done what Tuchel does if he wants to win a game. But guess what? He didn't do that. He didn't, and it took him 67 in the 67th minute to make his first substitution. And that was the time we were 2-0 down. If you look at the first goal, it was I think Koulibaly fouled Jack Grealish, and that was definitely a free kick. And then the one thing I don't get is that why did Koulibaly did not jump? Why? It just doesn't make any sense. Why did he not jump? And that could have prevented not being a goal. And for me, do you think that Mendy could have done better? Maybe for me he could because if he would have not stand still and made that save, it would have gone in. So for me, I thought both Koulibaly and Mendy was that fault for that first goal. And then when I saw that go in, I knew it would be coming because I keep on saying this every single time. Once you don't take your chances, the opposition will have a chance to score and they will crush you and they will punish you. And that's what Man City done. They punished us because they know we had clear cut chances and we couldn't put them in the back of the net. And they also know that Chelsea cannot do one in the final third. They can and we can't. That's why Man City are the best team in England. Yeah, best team. So anybody facing them should be scared. Of course, Liverpool didn't, but any other team should be scared of Manchester City. And I was scared, and I knew that Chelsea would be out of the Carabao Cup. I just knew it straight away. So that's basically it. And then 2-0, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not even that bothered. I'm not even that angry because I can't be surprised. I can't be surprised, I can't. I knew this was going to happen. I just knew it because in the second half, we just fell over and we looked a bit worse than the first half. We looked a bit worse, you know? So I just knew it would come in 2-0. And like I said, whenever we concede a goal, we don't always seem to make a comeback, whether it's individual mistakes or not doing your job properly. I just can't remember the last time Chelsea got 1-0, 2-0 down and we made a comeback to win. When a second goal came in, I just knew that, yeah, you know what, we ain't gonna win. We ain't gonna win and we ain't gonna score because that's what Chelsea do. That's what we do. We're conceding goals every single time. Like the last time we kept a clean sheet, I believe it was against Brentford. That's basically it. Brentford game, we always kept a clean sheet. The rest of the games we conceding goals left, right, and centre, corners, penalties, free kicks, and all that stuff. It simply ain't good enough, man. It simply ain't good enough. Like the coaching staff needs to fix this. They need to fix this because we cannot keep conceding goals and we can't, and not keep a clean sheet. That because that's what big teams don't do. They don't do that. They defend really well, keep a clean sheet, and then the defense will deserve some praise. That's basically it. And then the tackle team, the defensive coach will get some praise too. But for Chelsea, we can't. So the defensive coach needs to sort this out. He needs to sort this out. And then, as I mentioned before, in the 67th minute, like Graham Potter's substitutions got me fuming, man. Got me fuming. And let me tell you what substitutes he did in the game. And like I said, it took him in the 67th minute here to make his first substitutions. Let me just quickly get it up for you guys. Yeah. So let me tell you what his substitutes were. Raheem Sterling up for Hakim Ziyech. Sorry, yeah. Emmanuel Bushra off and Mason Mount on. Conor Gallagher on for Dennis Akawa. And Azpilicueta on for Trevor Chalobah. Like, and I forgot to say, sorry, him and Hakim Ziyech were the only players where I can say that were really good because Hakim Ziyech, especially in the second half, was brilliant. Going past players, he could have had an assist for that Lewis second attempt, but unfortunately, he went straight at the goalkeeper, so that was unfortunate. So I thought him and Lewis Hall was the only two players who really did well in the game against Manchester City. So yeah, I forgot to mention Hakim Ziyech, so big up to him. Then, the one thing I don't get is that he took off one of the two best players on the pitch, Lewis Hall and Hakim Ziyech. Then he brings on Sterling, Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, Azpilicueta, and Kai Havertz. Are you serious? Are you seriously taking the piss? We needed to win this game, and then you brought on these ones, yeah, the players who were terrible in the game against Arsenal, and some of these players like Kai Havertz, Pulisic, like I just don't get it, and Loftus-Cheek as well. You know why is Christian Pulisic still on the pitch? I don't get that. For me, I was taken off Pulisic and put on and brought on Sterling to bring it on the left. I'll take off who was playing on the weights. Let me just have a look. Yeah, I'll still keep Ziyech on and Lewis Hall on. You know, I would never take off Dennis Akawa at all, and I would never take off Trevor Chalobah for Azpilicueta because unfortunately that own goal for Man City was choked up because Azpilicueta was offside. So I just knew that with his substitutions, I knew it's going to get worse. And I knew it, and we looked worse when those substitutes came on. We looked worse. Yes, we had chances, but I'm sorry, man. These players are simply not good enough. And some of them need to leave, the likes of Kai Havertz, Christian Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and all that stuff. And Aspilicueta too. They all need to go. They all need to go, man. And I hope they do that either January transfer window or the summer transfer window. Because if I ever see those players playing for Chelsea for next season, then I'm done. I am done. I cannot support this and I never will. It simply ain't good enough, man. So for me, I'm not going Potter out, but some of these decisions was absolutely terrible. The starting lineup, I had no problem, but the substitutes completely wrong, completely wrong, and none of them changed the game. Even though we looked a bit better when we were 2-0 down, the attempts, the chances, gone. And I knew we ain't gonna score. So that's basically it. So for me, Graham Potter needs to fix this. Otherwise, he could be the next manager sacked, and I don't want that to happen. I still think Graham Potter is a really good manager, but he needs to make the right decisions at the right time. If you're 2-0 down or maybe 1-0 down, bring on the substitute straight away. Don't know wait until the nearly 20 minutes into the second half and then you bring on the substitute. No, man. No, do it early, man, or at half time, and then you see how the game will change. Do that, man. Because if you don't do that, then the Chelsea fans will be at you. I won't, but they will. They will. So, Graham Potter, you need to be careful right now. You need to make the right decisions at the right time. Because if you don't, then the fans will say Graham Potter out, and you definitely don't want that to happen. So please, Graham Potter, make the right substitutions at the right time. If you know your team are 1-0, 2-0 down, make sure you do that. That's basically it. That's basically it. So yeah, so that is how the game went. Chelsea are out. Man City are through. Congratulations to them. I don't know where Chelsea go from here. We move on into Newcastle, and that's our final game before the World Cup. So let's see how it goes in that game. I'm not going to be confident, and I'm not going to be predicting a Chelsea win or draw. I'm going to predict a Chelsea loss when I do my predictions on Friday. So make sure you guys check that out. So yeah, that's basically it. So that's the end of this match reaction to Man City 2, Chelsea 0 in the Carabao Cup third round. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you're new, hit the subscribe button below. Smash like if you enjoyed everything I've said in this video. Make sure you hit the notification so that you never miss any of my YouTube content. And make sure you click the share button so that everyone can give their thoughts and opinions of Chelsea going out of the Carabao Cup. And what you make of Graham Potter's substitutions. Do you think they're wrong or do you think they're right? Let me know in the comments down below. So I've got to go, guys. So hope you have a lovely time. Take care of yourselves. And as always, peace.